What stupid thing did you spend tons of money on? Went to a different city to meet a girl I met on internet. Booked flight tickets and hotels on advance for 3 days. She didn't turn up. This is one of the biggest regrets of my life. Bath bombs. It's literally money down the drain. 2 gallons of Dippin' Dots for $100. For about 5 people. I spent $200 at Disneyland. On a bubble shooting gun. And about $180 on bubbles. Edit. 200 total. Gun cost me $20 and I spent $180 on bubbles. Sims expansion packs. $1,500 hair extensions. I hate myself for doing that. I spent £30 on Shaq Fu for the Mega Drive when I was a kid and still regret it. Saving that much took me months. I spent $350 on a box that makes my amplifier less loud. Edit. Also, King Beanie Babies holy. Please explain. The idea is using a power attenuator or power soak to glean the desirable distortion and tone made when the guitar amp is turned up to 11, while outputting a far less deafening sound pressure level. Steam sales. The bundles. I recently saw that something like 36% of all Steam purchases are never played and, on top of that, only 12-13% are played for more than 30 hours. I blame Steam sales. They give you that extra motivation to jump off the fence when deciding on a purchase, because 75% to 95% off feels like a once in a lifetime thing even though it happens like once or twice a month. My marriage. $15,000 wedding. $60,000 in debt. $341 for the divorce. At least your divorce was comparatively cheap. Going out to eat. I always budget like $400 for food a month, and it actually ends up being like $900 because of how much I eat out. Yeah, I also spend ludicrous amounts of money on food because I don't like to cook. I'm trying to switch to easy to prep meals, but eating out is so much easier. And you know what is easier and more expensive than all of that? Delivery. Everything Disney I bought when I used to work for Disney World. They know what they are doing. They really do get you there. Like I clearly don't need a lightsaber, talking Yoda, or large Mickey Mouse plush. But yet I have them. And I have to explain to everyone who visits my apartment. Don't beat yourself up. Everybody needs a lightsaber. Encyclopedias. The lady was just so convincing and my husband swore I'd use them for my classroom. Maybe use them once in a year. By $500. Edit. I bought them last summer. I grew up using encyclopedias but I bought a set of Ask Me's last summer from a girl from Europe. A Snoop Dogg concert. Snoop was so f***ed up on something that he didn't sing a single word. Someone stood behind a podium with a MacBook and played old Snoop songs over the PA. Snoop hobbled around on stage and threw joints from a bag at the same people in the front row over and over again. Every now and then he would wobble over to the mic and yeah something like a hype man like yaha that's right etc. Still feel betrayed to this day and get irrationally upset when the Redditive mind praises Snoop Dogg on a daily basis. Expensive skincare products. Like what the hell I am still ugly as f***. LOL. I heard simplifying skincare routines down to 3-4 basic products is much better than overlayering your skin. Also, a professional makeup artist in Korea told me that a lot of fancy skincare products are not super necessary for you, and companies just market it that way to get you to buy more for your routine. Interest. When I was young and stupid I bought a car I couldn't afford. Put bills on credit cards when I lived beyond my means because I grew up poor and was never taught how to budget properly. 5 years ago I paid that car off, still drive it to this day, and plan on driving it until it dies on me. Consolidated my credit cards into a low interest loan with automatic payments 28 more months and I'll be debt free. It took me far too long to understand how to budget and use my money properly. A hoverboard I never got. 12-year-old me was very stupid and I had just gotten an ATM card to cash out of my saved up money in the bank. So browsing Instagram one day, I see an ad for a hoverboard for only $100. Of course though it's a scam company, which I believed. I proceeded to buy one of those Visa gift cards for $100 and DM the Instagram account my card's info. One day later and my card history said it was all spent at Walmart. However, when I messaged the account who scammed me, they convinced me that something just went wrong and I should redo with a new card. So for some reason, stupid 12-year-old me got another $100 card and sent all that info again. Same deal. I lost $200 of my $1,500 savings account on an internet scam. Yeah, I learned from that mistake. Booze. King alcohol. I don't even want to know how many tens of thousands of dollars I've dropped on it. Was it fun at the time? Sure, I guess. Except the hangovers. And regrettable behavior while drunk. And it eventually screwed with my brain chemistry so much that it changed my personality and I became depressed and riddled with the anxiety that I thought I'd been drinking away. Turns out it just makes it worse in the long run. A friend once said getting drunk is basically just borrowing happiness from tomorrow. True enough, but the trade-off isn't fair at all, and ultimately if you use it frequently it's just purely destructive, even if it does provide a few laughs at the time. So much money spent on that stuff, but I've been sober for 6 months now, finally feeling almost normal again, and I'm never looking back. Textbooks that the professor never used despite being required. Did you ever read the textbooks though? I didn't have time to read the textbooks while I was studying undergrad. After studying, I picked them up and read them. It had everything I needed, explained everything I didn't understand. Didn't make that mistake again in my grad and postgrad studies. Also, using the library instead of buying books works wonders. I spent $400 on a cowbell signed by Will Ferrell. To be fair, it doubled as a donation to charity. Still, regret. Edit, you guys are making me feel so much better about my purchase. Everyone I know in real life was like, what? So thanks. It was via this Brazier campaign. In February 2014. The charity was Cancer for College. I actually found out about it via this Reddit thread. I was still a lurker then, so my account isn't that old. So it's not the original cowbell. Just one of however many other discerning donators forked up $400 for. I still have it. I'm not quite sure where it is, though, which adds to my regret. I'll have a look for it later, although I am on holiday at the moment so it'll have to wait until I get back. Laser hair removal $1,500, and didn't work. Edit, I didn't expect this to get much traction. Let me answer some questions and add a little more info. I am very fair-skinned with very light blonde hair. I didn't know at the time that it really only worked on high contrast areas. My fault for not doing enough research. I live in the US where, as someone else pointed out, this isn't regulated. This also took place 12 years ago and the company is no longer in business. So as a result, I make sure and read the fine print and research a ton more than I used to, almost to a fault. World of Warcraft. Was legit addicted to it for a long time, completely ignored and dropped out of my first year of college in favor of working part-time and playing WoW for about 10-12 hours per day. Finally broke the habit after about 6 total years of playing. Now, 7 years after quitting, I still feel the urge to go back to it sometimes. Shit is crazy addicting and no, I didn't really enjoy it and don't consider it worth it. I'm a completionist. At a certain point it became work and not really play anymore. It still occasionally bugs me that there are achievements mounts that I never got. The need to try and get everything was what kept me playing. Edit, all 500 people that told me I should come back to play Classic, you're all terrible people. Edit 2. Yeah, it's not technically a ton of money, but I also dropped out of college and finally went back like 7 years later. I look at it as a 7-year delay on my career, since I work in IT, which is what I was planning originally anyway. 7 extra years of experience equates to a lot of extra money. That's all for today's video. Hope you guys liked it. If you liked the video, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is simply watch the videos. But if you really want to see the channel thrive, subscribe, like, comment, add to favorites, add to playlist, and share with friends. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Reddit and Insta. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you with tomorrow's upload.